Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about self-defense education. Um, some people may never be subject to violent assault, but everyone has at least thought to themselves, what would I do if someone tried to mug me after a night with my friends in a part of town I don't know? What would I do? If I was attacked, um, with violent intent for whatever reason, would I survive? Um, these scenarios do play out uh, for countless people every day. According to the National Crime Victimization Survey, nearly 1 in 5 women and 1 in 14 men will experience a crime at some point in their life, a violent crime, some point in their life. Thankfully, there's a solution to the problem that vulnerable people have. That is simply self-defense education. Today, I am here to explain to you how personal and societal safety is achieved through self-defense training. By training the public to defend themselves in dangerous and violent encounters, it increases personal safety and mental confidence. Okay. The problem at its foundation is that of personal safety. Um, it is at risk because of criminal activity. Although the police fight crime, there will always be a percentage of criminals that are not caught or stopped. It is a very large ask to the population to always be prepared to fight against attackers with violent intent, whether mugging, assault based on race, or even domestic violence from a family member or spouse. It is something that can and will occur, though. In fact, the U.S. Department of Justice reports that violent crimes make up a significant portion of all crimes, with many victims unable to prevent the attack. For example, in 2020 alone, over 1.3 million violent crimes occurred in the United States. While police work to reduce um, crime rates, society's only option is to get prepared. The solution, um, the solution to safeguard personal safety is an increase to access to self-defense education. Women, children, elderly people, and differently abled people would all benefit from access to self-defense education, and it would drastically reduce victimization. Self-defense training teaches individuals to the importance of situational awareness and balance of action, um, while increasing the odds of survival. Um, Studies have shown that individuals who have undergone self-defense training can defend themselves better and are far less likely to be victimized. Research published by the National Institute of Justice found the women who took self-defense classes reported fewer attacks and were more capable of defending themselves when faced with a violent situation. Self-defense training builds confidence and the mental strength to face a dangerous situation head on. By increasing the availability of self-defense training, citizens will be far safer and will feel safe. The solution would not only be effective, but spread education to large amounts of the population. By making self-defense training available at libraries, schools, and online, we can empower individuals to take action to defend themselves and others. Another problem is the fear of victimization, which can be crippling and occur in many situations because of abusive exes, um, or high crime areas. The fear of becoming a victim of a crime can cause anxiety, depression, and the feeling of impending doom. This fear can affect how people live their lives. They will stop walking alone at night, going to public places, and even feel unsafe in their own home. The constant fear can even impact society. People will begin to avoid certain places or activities due to the threat of violence. The fear that comes from higher likelihood of assault or harassment can significantly limit the populace's quality of life and well-being. Self-defense education can reduce the feeling of victimization. When people are taught how to defend themselves, they are less likely to experience anxiety about their safety. A study conducted by the Journal of Criminal Justice showed that individuals who received self-defense training reported lower levels of fear and anxiety in situations where they might have previously felt vulnerable. Um, Learning self-defense techniques not only gives people the ability to protect themselves, but also provides a psychological boost. Vulnerable people especially gain the benefit of feeling more in control and able to protect themselves. It is very important for reducing feelings of powerlessness and fear in vulnerable people apart of more dangerous societies. Um, Although self-defense education focuses on the individual, a widespread education program can affect the impact organized crime can have on the society. Um, Without widespread adoption of self-defense programming, society will be more susceptible to being targeted by these organized criminal syndicates. With a society at the will of criminal elements, there is a high likelihood of degradation and even collapse. We see that in Haiti. uh, Communities that experience organized gang violence like that what we see in the mafia or cartel-held areas are more likely to experience economic hardship, societal unrest, and mental health epidemics. When people are unable to defend themselves, they can become trapped in a cycle of abuse, and it can become deadly. Um, Implementation of easily accessible self-defense classes is the only way to combat widespread victimizations from criminal elements. The more people who can struggle and resist the violent abuse that comes from criminal elements that are large enough to affect a whole society, like gangs, the better. Eventually, crime will become less and less as people resist the abuse these lawbreakers inflict on society. Contrary to some, contrary to some, um, contrary to what some believe, criminals are not stupid, and they are far less likely to get involved with someone who can fight back. By making resistance to any criminal misconduct the norm, criminals will leave the area to find a new career path. In conclusion, widespread adoption of easily accessible self-defense classes is a solution to the multiple issues that arise from the prevalence of violent crime in society. These self-defense classes will allow individuals to protect themselves, reduce fear and anxiety, and contribute to creating safer communities by combating organized criminal elements. Classes not only increase the safety of the individual, but also the society. I hope you consider taking self-defense classes if you are not already, and also bringing friends and family as often as possible. Change starts at the individual level, and I urge you to commit to speaking to others about and supporting the cause of increasing individuals' uh, self-defense capabilities. Okay.